Welcome back to Business 110. We're talking about Chapter 7, all about management and leadership. So let's first talk about what a manager's role is. So whether you're managing your family or a sports team or a theater production, several steps. First, you've got to plan what you want to do. You got to decide what you want to do. You need to lead the folks and communicate what that vision of what you're trying to do. Then you need to organize people. You need to say, okay, you do this, I'll do that. And then you need to control it. If things go wrong, you need to be able to say, hey, we didn't do this correctly. We forgot to execute. Here's where our execution needs to improve. So you start with planning, vision of what you want to do. You lead by communicating and getting people to follow you and what that plan and vision is. Then you organize people as to who does what. You break down the tasks. And then you control it by saying, all right, we ran through it once. The first run through was very good, but we need to fix item A, B, C. Plan, lead, organize, and control. Now, as you're planning, normally most companies will have what's called a vision statement, which will explain what the company is about, a mission statement that talks about how they're going to conduct themselves, specific goals, which are generally more than a year out. Where do I want to be in 3 to 5 years? And then specific objectives that are normally less than 5 years. And one of the key things you want to do is you want to align these, okay? So my objectives should support my goals. My goals should be aligned with my mission statement. My mission statement should align with my vision statement. So what you want is you want everyone in the organization, every task they're doing is helping the organization achieve their overall goals, mission, and vision. Now to do that, you do a couple planning sessions. First, you do strategic, which is generally at the very high levels of the organization. The top leaders do a strategic plan. Then they put together the tactics, what has to be done to achieve that strategic plan. Then we make it operational. What specific things does each department and each person need to do to execute? And then you think about some contingency planning. What are we going to do if it goes wrong? What are we going to do if competition does this, etc.? So lots of planning around the leadership. And one tool some companies use is what's called a Swot analysis, where they look at their strengths, their weaknesses, their opportunities, and their threats. So that's a lot goes into planning at the management level. And then you organize your folks. All right, some people are going to play this position, some are going to play that position. Normally you have employees who do the work, have work instructions. They generally report to a supervisor. They generally report to some sort of manager or director or something, and on up to a senior manager. Now, one key thing the book points out is the higher up in the organization you go, the more and more your communication skills and your conceptual skills come into play, and less your technical skills. So if I'm on the front line, my technical skills are very important. How well I flip burgers is very important. If I'm the CEO of McDonald's, how well I flip burgers probably isn't that important, but it's very important what my conceptual skills on where I want the future of McDonald's to be and how I communicate that. Then the book talks about several leadership styles. Autocratic is where I don't let people participate. This tends to be not a bad style in emergency situations. In an emergency, I want someone who's going to take control, who's going to tell us what to do. Participatory is where you let some people participate in the decision making. Free reign, you don't let any. Participatory tends to work when you've got a very strong and experienced work staff. Free reign tends to work very well if you've got creative people. Any questions? Let me know. Have a great week.